There was a full moon visible in the episode of Station 19 that aired tonight, to which their substitute did not contribute. Kate assumed the role of their sub at Station 19. Due to the fact that she was there to fill in for Jack, she made it clear that she was hoping for a peaceful evening. Having stated so, she had effectively cast a curse upon them. At this point, everyone at the station is aware that they need to be ready for the most insane night possible. Additionally, their new captain is the one who must cope with financial cuts. Andy was presented with the information by Fire Chief Ross that they are required to reduce their budget by 10% and that they must do so as quickly as possible. Layoffs were the most straightforward solution to the problem. Chief Ross of the fire department discussed layoffs with Andy. Wherever they can, they need to find ways to save money. It is now Andy's responsibility to conduct an audit. The fact that she was not gathering around the station was a sign of how anxious she was, in contrast to what she typically does. In addition to being irritable, she would not even allow the firefighters to relax or engage in gossip. They were all made aware of Theo's sexual encounter with Kate just a few minutes after he had ended his relationship with Vic. As a result, they desired to discuss it. Montgomery was determined to devise a strategy for exacting retribution. For the purpose of figuring out something, he went to Vic, and she informed him that she had moved on from the problem. Vic made the decision to be the more mature individual. Due to the fact that Theo has apologized numerous times, she is able to do that. Through their split, he desired to have a conversation. Vic explained to him that it was no longer essential because she does not truly care about it. When they ended their relationship, she stopped caring about him. She wasn't even that angry with Kate. More than anything else, she was concerned about the audit and what it may signify. It was Vic's suspicion that cuts to the budget were in the horizon. It was also clear to her what it meant. As the city works to reduce its budget, she is adamant that the Chrysosome program, which was founded by the late Dean Miller, not be eliminated. Not only that, but she desired to talk about it with Andy. It was Andy who refused to listen to her. What she had told everyone else, she also shared with Vic. The audit should be their primary concern. After they were called to the scene of a mass casualty event, Andy did not want to hear anything else until they arrived at the scene. There were so many people who had passed away, and Fire Chief Ross was unable to even dispatch another station to assist. Already, she had shut down the station that was located nearby. The only thing that was holding them back was death. The whole purpose of Andy's decision to schedule counseling sessions with everyone was to provide them with a secure environment to retreat to following that day. A compromise was struck between the newly elected mayor and the fire chief, and Andy was present throughout the event. Their hands were shook. It was agreed upon that the funding for the fire department would not be reduced. What turned out to be the case? Andy attempted to inquire about the matter with Sullivan. Because Ross had not disclosed any information to him, he was unable to assist her. Since their connection was revealed, Sullivan maintains a separation between his personal life and his professional life. Andy then made an attempt to speak with Fire Chief Ross. During the time that her office was being repaired, Ross was working out of Station 19. Ross would only respond by saying that he is a politician when Andy attempted to talk to her about the arrangement she had made with the mayor. So now that he is in charge, he has the ability to pull out of a contract. Andy became agitated. She was perplexed as to why Ross showed no signs of distress. She made the accusation that Ross had accepted this new arrangement in exchange for her position at the company. Ross ejected her from her office and walked away. Andy came back to see that the firefighters were engaged in a battle with each other. They were unable to locate the very jaws of life. In terms of cost, it was a pretty pricey piece of apparatus. It was unfortunate that they were called to a scene without one, since they could not afford to be called to the site without one. They were summoned to that location. With the exception of Vic, everyone was working hard. On the inside, Vic was lifeless. Since the breakup, she has been acting in this manner. She made the decision to not care about anything or anyone other than herself, and as a result, she felt as though she had died on the inside. The fact that Andy validated their suspicions was so insignificant to Vic that she didn't even notice it occurred. According to Andy, there will be layoffs, particularly due to the fact that they no longer possess the jaws of life. They were a station that had an excessive number of lieutenants. All of their lieutenants had previously served as captains. In addition to Maya, Theo, and Sullivan, Beckett was also present. They have an excessive number, and as a result, one of them must either be eliminated or decide to retire. It was a fire in a restaurant, and they were all called to the scene of the incident. Only a father and son were present at that time. The son had successfully escaped. It was impossible for the father to escape. After learning that his father was trapped, the son also attempted to rush inside the building and cause more difficulties for the firefighters who were already there. It was also clear to Andy that Ben had lied about his back. There was a problem with his back. He stated that the doctor had given him the all clear and that everything was in order. The fact that he was having trouble securing an oxygen tank to his back was something that she witnessed firsthand. They were unable to save the father with the equipment that they had available, thus they were forced to withdraw from the situation. Another station was dispatched by Ross to come and save the day. They were compelled to go back to the station, which is where Vic got the realization that they had abandoned her. She was so upset by Vic's new dead inner thing that she had to cry herself to sleep. As a result, she was unable to hear the sirens going off. These days, she is in a precarious situation. It is just not necessary for her to be concerned about her career. After that, Theo made an offer to quit. He was unable to face another day in the same manner that they had. At the time, he was considering entering the fire services that had been privatized. Kate was the one who came up with the idea. Theo feels confident that he will be able to achieve great success at such a company. Andy did, in fact, discover a means to reduce the allocation of funds. As soon as Ben's back started to mend, he was going to be absent. A counseling session was going to be scheduled for Vic in order to prevent her from weeping herself to sleep. Additionally, Montgomery ended up telling someone that he had cheated on Ely, which is the reason why they are no longer together. However, Maya was not present on that particular day. She was at home, preparing the house for her foster kid by proofing it. Because they already adore him, they have the hope that they will one day adopt him.